Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert, and I'm here to support your online learning journey with the Europe Hotel School. In the world of hospitality, let's be honest, mistakes are going to happen. It's inevitable. A forgotten order, a room that's a bit too noisy, a billing error. But here's the thing, the mistake itself, that's not the real problem. Today, we're diving into service recovery, the incredible art of turning a service failure into a moment of such profound care that you don't just fix a problem, you create a guest for life. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds completely backward, right? How on earth can a problem make a guest happier than if everything had gone perfectly? Well, believe it or not, research actually backs this up. Studies show that guests who have a problem resolved successfully can become even more loyal than those who never had an issue in the first place. It's a powerful paradox, and it's really the core of what we're going to unpack today. So let's start right there. Let's explore this paradox of failure. Because when something goes wrong, it opens up this really unique window of opportunity, a chance to show your guest just how much you truly value them. Okay, let's begin with a formal definition so we're all on the same page. Service recovery is the process of responding to service failures in a way that not only restores guest satisfaction, but actually strengthens their long-term loyalty. The key here is that this is a deliberate strategy. It's not just about saying you're sorry. So this is the most crucial point to grasp. The physical mistake, the cold soup, the noisy room, that's not the real disaster. The real disaster is the guest feeling ignored or dismissed or disrespected. Their frustration comes from feeling like their experience just doesn't matter. Your response then becomes this critical opportunity to prove that it absolutely does. So, how do we even begin? Where do you start? Where do you start? Well, it all starts by building a solid foundation of trust. Because before you can solve a single thing, you have to listen and you have to connect. And that foundation begins with awareness. This is about learning to recognize those really early, subtle signs of dissatisfaction. It might not even be an outright complaint. It could be a guest who just seems a little withdrawn. Maybe they're unusually quiet, or you can just hear a slight strain in their voice. Picking up on these small cues is the key to stepping in before a tiny frustration blows up into a big problem. Once you're aware there's an issue, the very next step is sincere acknowledgement. And I mean sincere. Simple phrases like, I completely understand your frustration, or I can see this isn't the experience you were expecting, are so powerful. This one act immediately de-escalates tension, and it signals to the guest, hey, I'm on your side. You're basically building a bridge toward finding a solution together. This right here, this perfectly illustrates what not to do. Look, it doesn't matter if the kitchen is short-staffed or if a computer system is down. The guest does not want to hear excuses, they just want accountability. The moment you start shifting blame, you completely erode that trust you just started to build. All right, now let's take all of this and build it into a practical, step-by-step framework for action. This is how we move from theory into real-world practice. So here is the full 5-step process. We've already covered the first 2, awareness and acknowledgement. Now we're going to detail the final 3 steps that really complete the recovery: ownership, solution, and of course, follow-up. Step 3 is all about ownership. This is the point where you say something like, I will personally handle this for you. It's about taking full responsibility for finding a resolution. What this does is it communicates reliability, and it reassures the guest that their problem is now in capable hands, which provides this huge sense of relief during what can be a really stressful moment. Next up, we offer a solution. But here's the thing, not just any solution is going to work. So what actually defines a truly effective one? It really has to be thoughtful and executed perfectly. A really strong solution has 4 key qualities. First, it's got to be appropriate for the size of the problem. Second, it needs to be feasible for the business to actually do it. Third, and this is huge, it must be aligned with what the guest is hoping for. And finally, it has to be communicated with clarity, so the guest knows exactly what to expect and when. And finally, we have this step that is so important, but so often forgotten: the follow-up. A quick phone call, a personal check-in just to ask, is everything to your satisfaction now? That is incredibly powerful. It closes the loop, it restores their confidence, and it proves that you genuinely care about their experience, not just about closing out a complaint file. So when you put it all together, you can really see the transformation happen. We go from a moment of failure all the way to creating deep, lasting loyalty. And this isn't just a tactic. It's a professional skill that will elevate your entire approach to service.
At the end of the day, this model is so much more than just a procedure you follow. It's a mindset. It's a way of thinking that's rooted in genuine empathy and a deep sense of professionalism that guides you to do the right thing, especially when you're under pressure. Mastering this framework is a true career differentiator. It gives you the confidence to navigate any difficult guest situation and to literally transform it from an uncomfortable moment into an opportunity for real connection and a demonstration of absolute excellence.
So the key takeaway here is this: service failures aren't threats, they're invitations. They're invitations to prove the quality of your service and to build a relationship with a guest that's even stronger than it was before. So the only question left is, which challenge will you be the one to transform into excellence?